Hey, what's up everybody? It's your old pal jgun. What if I told you you could step through your screen and actually enter the world of Star Citizen? Well, as of today, you can. With Alpha 4.5 and the PTU, we now have built-in VR support, and it is breathtaking. It is some of the best VR I have ever seen, and at the detail level that only Star Citizen can deliver. I put on my Quest headset today, plugged it into my computer, and pretty much immediately was blown away by the level of immersion you get. I just got done playing for 6 hours with my headset on, and after I compile this quick video, I'm going to put my headset back on and keep playing. It is that good. Let's get into the details here, and we'll talk a little bit about what it takes to get it set up, because I think this is a game changer, folks. Like, there's not a lot that happens in Star Citizen from year to year, but this actually is really big, and I think this is going to sell a lot of hardware. You're going to need a modern VR headset. I have the Meta Quest 3, and I recommend going corded and connecting it directly to your PC. I'm a big fan of wireless standalone VR, but for Star Citizen, at least for now, it's not a whole body experience. It is mostly just head tracking, so you can stand or sit, but you're going to be close to your PC. So I recommend going corded because that'll allow you to get the best visuals possible with the least amount of visual lag. I connected it with a USB-C, USB 3 cable, and I was off to the races. There are a few ways you can connect your Quest to your PC. You can use AirLink or QuestLink, and those are actually built into the Quest. You can use SteamVR or I believe Remote Desktop, I think it's called. I'm not sure. I just went ahead and used the QuestLink built in directly to the Quest. For your PC, though, you will have to download an app called Meta Horizon Link, I believe it's called. Go ahead and install that app, and then turn on your device and plug it into the computer with the USB-C cable or USB 3 cable, and it should automatically recognize your device. It may ask you to log into your Meta account, which if you have Facebook, you should already have one. In the graphics preferences section, I went ahead and set the refresh rate to 90 Hertz, and I went ahead and set the resolution to 4128 by 2208, and that matches the native height of each lens at 2208 per eye. In addition to those basic settings, there are some advanced settings that you can actually only set in the Oculus debug tool. This tool is kind of hard to find. It's actually installed in program files. Meta Horizon support Oculus-diagnostics, and it's called oculusdebugtool.exe. Go ahead and launch this, and you're going to want to turn asynchronous space warp off. Well, set it to disabled. Even SIG recommends this in the article I've linked to the description. They go over this, but you need to make sure that's turned off. Trust me, it'll cause problems if it's not. Also, I turn dynamic bitrate encoding completely off. I set that to disabled. And for the actual bitrate, I set it super high to 900 because, after all, we're directly corded to the computer, and the USB 3 bus can pass quite a bit of data, so might as well max it out. A quick note about asynchronous space warp. It keeps resetting itself. So I had to go into this debug tool pretty much every time I launched a new gameplay session and disable it again. And while the dynamic bitrate and bitrate encoding stayed, the space warp setting kept resetting itself. Here's a look at my actual graphics settings in game. I didn't change them. I play in 4K and I leave upscaling off, just native, because I don't like the hit I take to the graphic quality. So if you are losing too many frames and it's a little bit too glitchy for you, go ahead and turn on an upscaling technique of your choice. And last but not least, don't forget to go into the comms, VoIP, and head tracking tab and actually enable VR. If your Quest is plugged in and connected via the QuestLink software, it will have an option to turn on VR, and you'll do it in that section. You can also do it with the / key on the numpad. And here are actually the keybinds you're going to want to know. So how is it? Well, it's really fucking good. I can't even explain it. It literally feels like you've stepped through your monitor and you're actually in the verse. I play a lot of VR, so I believe that sounds really crazy coming from me because I'm used to being in VR. But for some reason in this game, maybe because the graphics are so much better, maybe because everything is so much more actualized, maybe because there are details everywhere, it feels like a living, breathing world. And I can't get over how amazing it feels. You owe it to yourself to try this out, folks. Dead serious. And if you hate it, I'm sorry. Well, am I sorry? Yeah, I don't want you to hate it. And I don't want you to spend, $5 grand on a new PC. But if you have $5 grand laying around, get a new PC and then spend 500 on a Quest 3, and I don't think you'll be disappointed. So what's not quite perfect yet? Well, in this first iteration, in addition to the gunplay being a little bit weird in first-person perspective, it's everything that's listed in the patch notes. Personal inventory doesn't really work. It doesn't render correctly. World markers appear millimeters from your eyeball instead of off in the distance, and weapon customizations don't really work. So there's quite a few things that will immediately stick out as not quite right. The combat HUD on your visor just doesn't scale correctly at all. It's kind of all stuck in the middle of your screen. I felt that ship-to-ship combat was actually quite a bit more difficult in VR. But it is way more immersive because you get to look all around you, and not just in the kind of way that an eye tracker gets you, but in an actual, I'm sitting in the fucking cockpit and I can look behind my shoulder, because I'm actually there kind of way. So, although I was having problems killing things, well, maybe it's because I was in a C8R. Being in a cockpit was an amazing experience. All of these UI improvements are going to be very easy to fix. So I'm super excited that the bones of this house are so well done. The basic VR support is there. It tracks your head. You can lean back in your seat in your cockpit and slouch below the dash. You can prop yourself up high. You can lean forward and watch your guy, press his nose against the glass. Like, everything is there. It's all working. So the minor improvements to, kiosks and inventory UI and the scaling of the HUDs, I'm super excited that that's all that's wrong, because those things will be super easy to fix. So I'm super excited, and I'm just blown away by what they've accomplished and how real it feels. So this video ultimately is all kind of pointless. It's not a guide. I'm not teaching you how to defeat a boss. There's no loot at the end of this video. This video is simply something I had to make because I was excited. So I'm really excited about VR. So now you're stuck watching this video. I'm going to be quiet and just leave you with a few minutes of footage. And I'm sorry that you can't actually see it in its combined form to make it true stereo. That's it for this first look at Star Citizen with VR. I hope you're as excited as I am, and I hope to see you in the verse.